It's on. There's a box on the screen that says you are live. Am
Let
I
me know
alive?
let me know when to hit record.
Hit record.
I hit record.
That was 14 seconds ago, but whatever. We'll go off of
Do your
that.
thing.
What are we talking about today? Smile Barbarian, right?
Yeah, come on.
We're going to do a little semi-review and compare and contrast with two big smash movies of the last month, September, October. Smile and Barbarian on and Hollywood Kiss My Dick. That's exciting. Now you've seen these two movies, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, I get you're smiling.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
understand
yeah.
the visual. Yeah, I get it. Like that movie that wasn't very good. Smile.
Yeah, I only watched them because you keep bringing them up, and I figure you're going to ruin them before I can
Yeah,
watch them. So I just got it out of the way and figured we talk about it. So we talked
we're,
about it last week.
we're gonna
That's
ruin them
really why.
tonight. So if you haven't seen them, go see them because
Yeah.
Barbarian is one that you need to not nothing about Barbarian. Go see it if you haven't watched it because we're going to discuss it in all its glory. And Smile, I fucking don't care if you saw it or not. It's all right.
Yeah, watch both. Definitely, because
Yeah.
we're going to ruin them.
Yes.
All right. So you watch them first. So you go ahead. Where did you watch them? How did you watch them?
Well, I was contemplating going to the movie theater, and I was like, I don't know what to watch, and I was looking up like YouTube videos of like reviews, and Barbarian kept showing up, and people were saying this horror movie. They kept saying, look, the least you know about it, the better. Like that's all I'm going to say. You just gotta go see it. And that's what everybody would like open their reviews with that. And I was like, well, that's interesting. Maybe I should, because usually I don't care and I'll watch it with the spoilers and everything. But
Yeah.
this movie felt special to me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen. I want to see it first. I want to see because it's an independent, low budget horror movie that's been like, it could have went straight to streaming, but they released it in theaters, which is harder and harder to do these days. So I was like, I'll support that. I want it. I want theaters to still be open. I don't like the idea of everyone just staying home and ordering, video on demand movies. I mean, I understand it, but at the same time, I hate it because I like going to the theater.
Yeah.
Because I like going to a communal experience in a big dark room with people and watching a movie and laughing and doing this and that with them, crying and
Masturbating.
jerking off in the popcorn bowl, all that stuff. And it sucks when everybody talks about like how theaters are dying. I don't like that. I don't. I want them to go on forever, but they probably won't. But whatever. But Barbarian is worth supporting the theater. Went and saw it when it was like the second week it was out, and loved it. I was like, oh my god! I called everybody. I said they have to see this movie. And then Smile was the trailer. Smile was on there because Smile was coming out at the end of September. Smile was more or less it's a Paramount release, so it's a studio movie. It's a studio horror movie, so it's a studio high concept story. It looked fine. It was interesting premise. The trailer was neat. The trailer was convincing. Went and saw it. It had a really good ad campaign because, like, I guess baseball playoffs were going on at the time, and they would cut to people in the audience smiling, just like looking at the camera, smiling, and I think that's clever. That's fun. And the movie itself was okay. It's not a terrible movie, but it's like it tries so hard to be slick and smart.
They hired actors to stand behind home plate and do this.
Yes,
which I like. I like
it's
this
fun.
shit.
It's a fun marketing campaign. They just should have got prettier people.
Yeah, you said about the fucking movie too.
Because Kevin Costner, Kevin Bacon's daughter, not the prettiest girl in the world.
Let's talk about Smile first.
I am talking about Smile.
I just want to make sure we're focused on that one because I just
Yeah.
watched that one last night. Barbarian I
yes.
watched 3 nights ago, I want to say.
Yeah, yeah, and Barbarian was a much better movie,
Okay.
I think.
Smile was the way I described it to someone today was it's a horror movie hidden inside like a weird family drama
Yes.
because it's made like a drama, but then there's also like the plot of The Ring is inside this family drama.
Kind of. It's more It Follows to me.
Yeah, but The Ring as well because once you're cursed, you're cursed.
Well, it's the Ring. It's a stylized Hollywood movie, so it's slick, and so is The Ring. So and also the other problem I had with Smile was they robbed Terrifier of a scare. They stole a scare from Terrifier, and the scare in not Terrifier. I'm sorry, Terrifier.
That's a new movie.
Not the one with the clown.
Yeah.
The Argentinian horror movie it's one of my favorite movies of all time now. That came out like 3 years ago. They did it first, and they did it much better. Smile, it's a jump scare that makes no sense.
I could say the same thing about Barbarian, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Really,
Smile. I liked the aesthetic. I liked the pacing. It's a 2-hour movie.
That's the other problem I had.
I liked how long it was actually.
Did you? I thought it was a little too long. Yeah.
The ending is actually what drags on so long.
Yes.
But it wasn't. There's nothing in that movie I would say is unnecessary and should be cut. Normally, I feel that way about a scene where I'm like, come on, get rid of this.
Oh, I will say this though.
The cat. You're gonna bring up the fucking cat, aren't you? I could tell. I laughed.
I laughed my ass off in the theater
when she hands the little boy, her sister, the main character's sister, hands the little boy the package, and I'm like,
no.
Oh
yeah.
And I did this.
I had the same. I had the exact same reaction. And I laughed my ass off in the theater
because the kid goes,
"Oh my god!" I laughed. I was like, "Oh my god!" When it was a dead fucking cat. Oh god, it was so funny because it was so stupid. It was just so silly. And she's like, "No, that's no!" And she grabs the cat and she's holding it, and she falls into the coffee table like Fight Club. It was hilarious.
It was amazing.
It was an amazing scene. I died laughing. I laughed my ass off. Of course, the only person in the theater laughing. And what was funny was I was laughing before it happened because I made the connection. As soon as she gave him the box, I was like, "Oh no!"
Because
don't tell me.
And this is why the pacing is good because it's like 3 scenes until you get to that. Because there's a scene earlier where she feeds the cat. Way later, there's a scene where she gets the cat's food ready.
Right.
Like, Where's Mr. Mustache?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, anyway, so we're gonna go," and they don't. That's it. So when she hands him the package, I'm like, "Oh, I know where the cat is."
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah. He's like, "Oh, that's it. That makes sense."
Because the little boy slow, and he's like,
"That was hilarious." Oh my god, I died. I just couldn't stop laughing.
I can actually show it. Should I?
Can you? Can you show that? I think you're in trouble for that.
I could show just a few seconds. Oh, here it is. I'll show a clip.
Is it on Paramount or Paramount Plus?
No, not that I know of.
There it is. That cat.
Oh my god.
By the way, mine has like Korean titles. So
yeah.
I won't give you a torrent of details about how I got
I saw that. Well, thanks, Weird Al.
Yeah.
Roku, what a horrible streaming service.
That is so fucking funny though.
Why would you be a streaming service and not be readily available with a movie you just made? It's just stupid.
That shit was funny though. Weird Al.
Yeah, Weird Al.
I didn't want to watch it until I went on in IMDb and I read what it was about, where it's like the beginning of Weird Al and the weird sexual affairs and like this kept, and I was like, oh yes, it's gonna be super fake, and that's what I want to see.
Is that what it's? Is it okay? So it's like a total lie. It's like
Yes,
it's,
that's
yeah,
why
okay.
that's why I really want to watch it now.
Okay, I'm
I'll
curious. Yeah,
pull it up.
now I'm curious because I haven't seen it, or I haven't seen the trailer. I haven't seen nothing for it.
Yeah, it's I've only seen the pictures, but it says explores every facet of Yankovic's life from his meteoric rise to fame with his early hits like Eat It and Like a Surgeon to his torrid celebrity love affairs and famously depraved lifestyle.
Oh, that's funny.
now,
That's really funny.
now I gotta watch it.
Yeah, I hope that's the joke. I
Yes,
hope
it's
that's in
gonna
the
be.
movie, and it's not just the.
It's gonna
That's
remind me of like
hilarious.
Walk Hard.
Yeah,
You don't want any part of this, Dewey. It'll solve all your problems. You don't want this.
it's not habit for me.
Yeah. All right, so there's a scene when she very first time she sees the Smile Girl after the suicide,
Yes.
where it cuts to her, and clearly it's gonna go like but instead it doesn't do that. The camera's on her, and it goes very slowly, pans around the house, and just stops on the Smile Girl, and she's just standing there.
Right.
And Kevin Bacon's daughter, who probably has a name, just stands there, and she's like, and drops the glass, and then the Smile Girl's gone. But just the slow pan across really is the pacing in the movie. It's not there to give you like those quick. There are those scenes, but it's not there just to do that.
Right.
That's the part I appreciated about the movie is the actual filmmaking of it was way better than this plot deserved.
Yeah, I think it tries a little too hard. Like it was fine. Like I didn't hate it, but I think that one. I'm still on the the Terrified movie ripoff where they have the sister comes to the window and her head falls down.
Yeah.
But they stole that from that other movie, but it has no point in this movie because it's not real. In Terrified, it was real. It was them coming for you. It makes it way scarier, and the context was it's the doctor who just got mangled by a ghost, and she's running to the car, telling the guy, "Don't leave. They're torturing us." And it's way more scary than this part in Smile, where it's just the daughter or the sister's crying.
Yeah.
And it's a jump scare for no reason. Because
Yeah.
it's in her head. It's all in
Like I
her
said,
head.
There is some of that, but luckily there's not too much.
No, I felt it was very cheap on their end. I was just like, eh.
I feel like they did that because they had to, because it's Paramount.
Well, it's again. Well, that's what I mean. It's a high budget, high concept horror movie. So you're going to put that in the trailer to trick people to go see it, and then all the dumb kids are like, "Oh my god, that's so scary." It had nothing to do with the movie, but yeah, it's scary.
I do want to say that when she's like done up, Kevin Bacon's daughter is attractive enough. But she's willing to do this where she looks like fucking garbage for most of this movie. And that
she does. And yes,
that is brave.
I guess she's brave.
She looks like
she's
shit.
brave.
Yeah. Like, look at this. She looks like she aged 15 years from the previous scenes.
Yeah.
And it's clearly makeup because she goes in there and she wipes her tears in one scene. Yeah. And she wipes away the black bags.
Yeah.
And they're gone.
Because she's 10 years younger than us.
Yeah.
Like she's not old, and she looks like she's like 48.
Yeah.
In this movie. She looks terrible. And I guess it's because of, yes, she's being pursued by an invisible force that's going to kill her violently. Oh. But yeah.
Here's the scene where she wipes away the makeup.
Yeah. And she's biting her nails. And she goes, rips off her nail. It's like, gross. I hated her fiance.
I'm looking at him right now, and
I hated him so much.
Unnecessary character.
He was worthless. I hated that character, and he was awful. He was just terrible. I hated him so much. He was just because like she's trying to explain to what's going on, and he just immediately, "Oh, you're fucking nuts." It's just like, "Oh, come on." You'd be open to it, like, something's not right. This girl did kill herself, and all of a sudden she's what she told you she saw your scene. A little weird. I would want to research that. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense for her to be so dismissive of it.
On the scene where she wipes away the makeup.
You looking for it?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. Okay. It's right here. I believe it's this one. I don't know sound or anything, but
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. Fuck! Don't go blurry.
Now she looks like she's turning into a digital monster.
See that though? Like, look how different they look.
Oh yeah.
It's completely
Oh.
gone. She wiped away the makeup that made her look so baggy and
Yeah.
funny.
Oh shit! I put my makeup on to make me look older and uglier. Hold on, I'll fix that. I'm better now.
It is way too much like It Follows, though.
It is. I felt it's very It Follows. Yeah.
Which obviously we're gonna notice that. But
yeah.
I kind of more compare this to a Ring or a Grudge because of I love It Follows more than I should, and that's kind of like on a pedestal for me. So I'm kind of separating that from other curse movies.
Right, but they also rip off It Follows with the tall guy in the alley in the hallway.
Yeah,
that image is just totally ripped off from It Follows.
Yep,
and it's even to the point where it's like, oh wow, they're keeping on that character, that look. They're not gonna let that go. They're just that's it. That's it. And it was like a giant CGI monster, which looked pretty bad. The CGI, I mean, it was off and on, good, bad. It could have been better, could have been worse, but it wasn't very good in some shots. And you're like, okay, that's obviously CGI. Why couldn't they just do it? Why couldn't they just do a prosthetic puppet, make it like a big tall thing that comes in? That would be scarier if it's like on stilts and shit. Because I was seeing people's homemade costumes for Halloween, and they're on stilts. They're fucking scary.
Yeah,
like that shit is scary in real life when it's like real stuff.
It moves weird.
Yeah, and like it's gross. Unnatural. Yeah, and it's just it's off-putting, and it works.
Yeah.
Where you
do
it,
cheap.
Yeah,
cheap is better than
CG. It's real, and the CG is not really. It takes you out of it. Right? She looks like The Rock from Mummy.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
With a little bit of witch from Mama. It's like this. It's the same. It's the leftover scans from those movies in the computer.
We'll talk about Mama in a later movie tonight.
Oh yeah, there you
go. Just figured it out.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. I did like that it had. I like movies that have all the cliches of the genre, but they don't play into it that much. This one plays into it with the boyfriend cop and the investigation.
Right.
But I don't know. It didn't bother me.
Well, they needed that for exposition reasons.
Yes.
So I get it. I was like, okay, she's got to investigate it and figure it out, and he's got to believe her because he realizes, but I knew that I saw the ending coming like 10 miles away.
Yeah.
Like it's so predictable. It's not even funny. I was like, yeah, he's gonna see her die, and that's gonna be the chain.
Yep.
Gonna keep going, and that's the fake. This is all fake. Oh, she's still at the house. She never left the house.
Yeah. It's not. You're not surprised when it happens.
No.
But also, I kind of like the visuals of the boyfriend. She's just like backing away, like,
yeah.
It wasn't bothering me in the moment. Like I liked watching it. And again, that was all due to pacing because it was slow, and by the time it starts to like build toward the end, it's still like 25 minutes of just that ending when she gets to the house. Yeah. There's a long section of the movie.
Well, there's a lot of scenes that were effective but could have been taken out, like that one scene where the therapist comes. I almost said librarian. The therapist comes over, and she's like, "I wanted to apologize for the other day."
Yeah.
And then the phone rings, and it's the therapist, and she goes, "Hi, this is Dr. Tam. I'm sorry about the other day. I didn't mean to railroad you." And then she looks at the therapist who's sitting next to her, and she's like, and then it like attacks her, but it doesn't do anything. So it's like
slowly walks over the couch.
Yeah, and it's like, why would it do that? Like, it's just like that's not necessary. It's just you're padding the length of the movie. It's neat, but it's like if you were a monster that was going to eat her soul, like why would you like? Oh, I'm going to come and get you. No, I won't get you now. I'll get you later.
See, I kind of got that. Like it feeds on your fear a little bit.
Sure, right, but then it needs another person to continue the curse of the chain, or else it doesn't work.
Yeah, it has the boyfriend.
Yeah,
it'll. Yeah, and this is what when I get to the parts where I don't like, because I don't like movies where the characters fuck no matter what they do.
Right.
which
Yeah.
is why I don't like The Ring or The Grudge, or somehow I do like It Follows, because it's not really about survival, really.
Right.
That movie, I mean, it is in the moment, but at the end, there's like they kind of accept it, and it's kind of sweet.
Well, they kind of leave it open ended too, because
Yeah.
you don't know. Maybe they did win.
Yeah.
Maybe they did beat it. So it's like it just leaves it open. That's all. It's like the ending of Inception. You know,
No.
everybody looks at Inception and they're like, oh, it's a dream, or it's not. Michael Caine says it's not a dream; it's real.
It's real.
Michael Caine even says that. He says,
Yeah.
no, it's not. It's real.
Yeah. It's real. I don't think that's open ended personally, but
well, to many people, it is.
I don't know. It's pretty conclusive for me.
Millions.
People are also confused by that movie somehow.
People were confused by Mission Impossible 1. Remember that came out? Like, you watch Roger Ebert and Siskel and Ebert.
Yeah, I was 12 when I understood it.
I got it. Like, I had it was about the knock list, and it was going to fall into enemy hands, and it was about they were double crossed and triple crossed. Like, yeah, I get it, but no one understood that. No one was like, oh, it's so complicated. No, it's not. Why is that complicated? Mr. Phelps ended up being the bad guy. He was tired of working for the CIA or IMF, and he wanted to go rogue. That's what it was about. And he was going to sell the knock list and make billions and retire.
I watched it with my mom, and she watched the show growing up, and she was pissed.
Like,
what?
No, Martin Landau. No black guy. Where's the black guy?
I will say this, because we need to wrap up and get on the Barbarian. As far as the family drama of it goes, that's where I think this movie fails.
Right, it gets
because
boring.
It focuses a lot toward more and more as it goes about the family stuff.
You're crazy like mom.
None of it works for me. The sister,
No.
I don't think is a good actress. I think she bothers me.
She's annoying.
The mom, that part was interesting. You mentioned you thought she was Hispanic, which we talked about last week.
They are. They're supposed to be.
No.
Yes, watch the movie. She is obviously Hispanic.
I watched the movie last night. We went over the last names and the actors.
Cultural appropriation. Absolutely cultural appropriation.
It's actually you just being racist because the mom is Hungarian.
I understand that, but she's acting like a Hispanic. It's not racism when they're fucking saying Spanish.
When did they say Spanish?
She speaks Spanish. Watch the movie. She's speaking Spanish.
When?
She's talking to herself. She's speaking Spanish. Yes, she's Spanish. Go to the beginning of the movie where she's dying. She's like, oh, but she's praying. Like she's saying this, she's talking in Spanish, if I remember.
The beginning of the movie, she's already dead.
Well, she's mumbling because she's like dying.
She's completely dead in the opening.
Oh, well, later in the movie, she goes, oh, come in here, let me see you. And that's at the end of the movie, maybe, where she's a little girl. She goes, I don't like it. It's not my fault you died. It's not my fault you're Hispanic, but you're Hungarian.
Let me read the Korean subtitles to you.
Yes, that'll explain everything in Spanish.
Sí, mi amor. All right. What do you give this out of 10 while we're doing this?
Oh, it's a 6.
Okay.
I gave it a 6. It was fine. It was all right. It's fine. They're going to make a sequel because it was a big hit. This is going to be a franchise. Just wait and see. I can't see the movie.
Okay,
I know.
Baby. Come here.
I can't hear you over the Spanish. I'm sorry.
I am so sorry.
No shred of
I
accent.
haven't been a good mom. I want to be. I really.
All right, I'm done. I watched this last night. There was no hint of Hispanicism.
Oh, maybe I'm confusing with that other movie I watched where
Yeah.
the mother was in the hospital and she was Hispanic.
Anyway, I actually gave it a 7 because I really did enjoy it. Actually, I thought I was gonna. I don't like these kind of movies, you know that. But I like that it was slow. I liked the way it was shot. I like Sosie Bacon. That's her name. I liked her. Kyle Gallner is in it. He's kind of a blank slate for me as as an actor. The cop boyfriend.
Yeah.
Just I get nothing. He seems like he was playing dress up as an adult, and he reminded me of the guy from Kick Ass, Aaron. What's his name?
Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, he reminded me of him now. Like he's trying to look like him. I never bought him. He reminds me of Jennifer Lawrence in the movie. I'm like, I never take her seriously.
She does like a 12-year-old girl and dress up.
She just looks. I never buy it.
Right.
Got a little bit of that in there, but yeah, overall, I actually did enjoy it way more than I expected. Anyway, let's move on to Barbarian.
Barbarian.
I gave it a 3.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, my God.
I give it a 4. I'll be fair.
No, it gets a 7 just for that tape measuring scene.
All right.
I fucking died laughing on that one.
Barbarian. Watch it on HBO Max. It is hour 42 minutes. This one actually feels longer than Smile did because I was more invested in the plot, obviously, because it's way more engaging. It's got a lot more going on. It does remind me a lot of a couple movies. One of them I mentioned that there's one that kind of I think if I were to see them in different order, I would appreciate Barbarian more, like you do. We mentioned it last week. You said you watch why can't I think of the name of the movie now? We talked about it last week. The movie in Detroit with Stephen Lang.
Oh, Don't Breathe.
Don't Breathe.
Yeah.
I watched Don't Breathe years before I saw this. I love Don't Breathe.
Right.
So I watched this and I'm like, all right, I'm getting Don't Breathe vibes. And obviously
Right.
I'm getting Cabin in the Woods vibes because it's very similar with the subterranean layer. The movie changes.
Sure. That's kind of a stretch.
I'm not saying it's a ripoff at all.
I know. Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of it. Yeah. Do you want to talk about this one?
Oh no, it's I just wanted to see the reaction that you had with your wife because every time I watch with somebody, they always think Peter Skarsgård's a freako, is a creepo,
Bill?
Whatever. Yeah, I forget his name. Billy Skarsgård. They always think he's the killer at first.
Oh, no.
I always think it's funny because he's so creepy. It's just like, well, I got you a glass of wine. You want to have a glass of wine? I made you tea. You don't want to drink it. That's fine. And he keeps going on. And every time I watch with somebody, they're like, he's a fucking creeper. I was curious if your wife had that same reaction.
No.
Okay.
We both had the same reaction.
No.
I knew what they were going for when I was watching this. I'm like, all right, it's not going to be him. Because they spend a long time setting that up. And I'm like, all right, if it's going to be him, it already start to happen. He's clearly just like there to get him to the next plot point, to create that subdiversion. And
he's there to be beaten to death by a giant white woman. Well,
by the time they go down to the basement, the second she starts to like look down there for him and he's like, help, I turn to my wife and I go, I got a feeling these two people are going to die. And this is just the story of the movie getting us to this basement. And the rest of the movie is about the basement.
Right.
And then 2 seconds later, he's getting his head beat in.
Yeah.
That's why I said I was happy to be wrong because I really do like this main actress. So
yeah, she was good. I liked her a lot.
Regina Campbell. I like that character.
Good. Yeah.
So when she was alive at the end, I'm like, oh, good. Like, I'm glad to be wrong about that. But I was kind of right.
Yeah.
But once Justin Long gets involved in the movie, it really completely changes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I said it reminds me of Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
Once they go down below, the whole game over for what you thought the movie was about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a creepy story. And my main problem is the mama creature. I wasn't quite a big fan of that, but I get what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, I think the mama creature, I think it's funny. And that the sequel, there's more than one of them down there. Like I get the sensation that there's like, if they're gonna make a sequel to this, there's gonna be more things down there. The tunnels keep going in different directions.
The homeless guy goes,
yeah,
she's not the worst thing down there.
Yeah, he's talking about Joe Chill.
You think he's talking about the old man, but maybe he wasn't. We don't know.
Well, that's the thing. It leaves it open ended. But I'm pretty sure he was talking about the main guy. But Joe Chill, the guy that killed Bruce Wayne's parents in Batman Begins.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sorry for what I did.
Exactly.
He told me your father begged like a dog.
Yeah, he's in a ton.
Yeah.
Richard
Joe
Brake.
Chill told me he's in every Robert Zombie movie now.
Yeah, every
Rob Zombie
Oh
has
my
a part
God.
for him in every movie. What?
I just found a movie that he's in that they're making. Why does this exist? Why?
What is it?
Okay, it's a direct video movie. Okay, this makes more sense.
Obviously.
Bam!
Oh yeah, rest in peace too. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I don't know why. That was a fucking giant failure. Like that was a box office disaster.
Yeah.
I think it's doing well on streaming. That's why they brought it back.
I don't know. But
how stupid! Streaming now is bringing fucking bad movies back to life. Stop it!
I like my horror movies very simple. That's why I like Don't Breathe so much.
Yes.
Just I don't even call it a horror movie. It's more like a suspense movie, but
it's a thriller. Yes, yeah. It's a suspense movie. But what kills
thriller.
Don't Breathe, what kills Don't Breathe for me is the sequel. Especially when I read what it was about. I was like,
I didn't see it.
No, I didn't either. I still haven't seen it. And I didn't realize it was that long ago. I thought it came out way earlier than that. It came out in 2016. Don't Breathe.
Yeah, I saw it then.
Like, that's a long time ago. I thought it came out like in 2020.
Oh, no, they waited a while on that sequel.
Yeah, the sequel came out in 2019 or something like that before the pandemic. And I guess the sequel's about he has a daughter again. Huh? And his daughter gets kidnapped or something, and he goes after the kidnappers, and it turns into fucking Taken. It's about him going after bad guys.
A blind guy going after bad guys.
Yes, because he lives in a cabin in the woods, and he uses the woods against. He's like Blind Fury. He can hear the woods. So yeah, I was like, oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, it sounds awful, and I don't think it made as much money as the first one. But I think
there's still a ton of money for what it was.
Yeah,
like unexpected hit.
That was a big hit, and then I guess Don't Breathe 3 is coming because it says on Stephen Lang's IMDb that's happening. It's going to be a Don't Breathe 3. But does that mean it's going to be direct to streaming? Because the second one did okay. It wasn't that big of a hit. Like it cost more and it made less. So that's always the bad sign.
Some streaming service is going to be funding this one.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Barbarian.
Yes.
What I was saying is I like my movies simple, my horror movies. This one is a good blend of simple and then suddenly not simple at all.
Right.
It's a nice little roller coaster movie, kind of like From Dusk Till Dawn, where you're just like, wait, what?
Yeah, it shifts a lot, and I like the fact that Justin Long is actually the bad guy.
Yes,
he ends up being a horrible human being, and he gets it in the end, which is great.
I will say, I watched this movie and Justin Long shows up, and I'm like, all right, Justin Long. I like Justin Long.
Yeah.
I got a feeling some people don't like him, but I like him a lot. But I never took him seriously. And then I watched this, and afterwards I'm like, damn, he's actually really good in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, not just making you laugh or like, oh, he's sappy. Like, damn, he's actually like really good in his scenes when he's like, he's just being a dick, and he's just on the phone, like simple stuff. And I'm like, damn, I like watching him. That caught me off guard.
His reaction to the kill room, like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, he's got extra square footage. It's hilarious.
See, you already told me that joke.
Yeah,
so I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, it's so great.
But I laughed so fucking hard when it cuts to him going.
Yeah,
he opens the door into the stairs, and it just cuts to him going down the stairs.
Yeah,
everything with the tape measure was gold.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I just thought that what a great way to go in a horror movie where it's like somebody built these tunnels underneath this fucking house, and you're like, holy shit, this is like I could charge way more money for this place.
I love that he's down there going down the stairs and like going along the wall, like trying to take. And they show him in the video room where he rapes the women.
Yeah,
he's measuring them very slowly, moving the bed around.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going
the-
like 10
the
by
shit
12.
bucket. Yeah,
He's like doing.
no problem. Like doesn't
He
bother him
never
at all.
looks at what he's like the room
Huh.
he's in.
Oh god, it was funny.
He's such a piece of shit. He just doesn't even think that that's
Doesn't
wrong.
think. Yeah. Oh god. Oh man, and he sees the cages and he still can't figure it out.
Well, he just goes, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
and
what
then it
the
cuts to
fuck?
him measuring that room.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny.
Everything with the
fun
tape
movie.
measure
Yeah,
was perfect. The editing it was
Yeah.
just perfect on all of that.
I thought that was such a great way to just what a great bit to put in a horror movie. And I was
Yeah.
just like that's pretty awesome. That was a lot of fun.
Because the cages is the moment you're like, oh,
Yeah.
he's gonna finally realize what he's
Nope.
in.
He's totally
he just
oblivious.
keeps measuring.
And all of a sudden, the great scene where the tape is pulled away from him,
Yeah.
and the white screaming lady comes after him, and he's thrown into a cage
And
with
then,
our star.
our star runs away at the end.
Yes,
And then
'Cause she gets
trips
out.
over the tape measure.
which is actually my favorite shot of the movie is when she gets out through the window, the basement window, and the old lady, the woman is coming out of the window, but she retreats into the darkness because it's still daylight. I thought that shot was great. I thought what a great horror image. And she just goes back. She's like retreats. Yeah, and she just goes back into the dark. And then the homeless guy, said, "I told you not to go in that fucking house, bitch." And then he gets murdered with his own arm.
Made by a guy who does comedy, and that's it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Whitest
Same thing
Kids
with
You
Jordan
Know guy.
Peele.
Yeah,
Just really good at horror movies.
they got a sensibility. They got a sense of horror, which is awesome.
Well, you
They
hear
do
like horror and comedy are all about timing, so it makes
Yes.
sense. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're good at one, you're probably good at the other. And it's not
Right.
always going to be the case, but
yeah.
yeah, I love the show Wrecked, and half the cast of that show shows up in this is like voices.
Wrecked. What was that on?
That was a TBS show that was like not a spoof of Lost, but like a comedy version of Lost. Like they don't spoof Lost in any way.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's they plane crash and they like it's like kind of like Lord of the Flies meets Lost.
Wow. I see. I
They're
never
all
tracked.
strange. Yeah.
I've never tracked with TBS shows.
It only lasts like 3 seasons, but he's from
Yeah,
it,
sure.
so you'll recognize a lot of the people that came from there on that show.
Right.
It was a pretty good show actually.
That's funny.
But I never watched the Whitest Kids You Know. I watched
didn't
it
either.
a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't
but
watch
caught
that
it.
one. Was that like an
skit here
improv
and there.
show? Yeah,
No, that
skit
was a
show.
sketch show. So really, Jordan
Sketch
Peele
show,
is
yeah.
a good reference to this because sketch show, horror movies.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because say whatever you want about Jordan Peele and the Twilight Zone and stuff, but I love his. I haven't seen Nope yet, but I love Get Out and Us.
Right. Yeah.
Those are great movies.
Yeah.
But Barbarian, you mentioned it's your movie of 2022, and
Well, I don't know. It's just because I haven't
think
seen
I'm there
any-
too.
I haven't seen anything else that was as fun or interesting or different. Like I don't know. I can't really. It's a fun movie.
It was fun, but it works. Like
Yeah.
it's a solid fucking movie. And
Yeah, it's great. It's a great movie. It's just, and at the end where he just goes, "I'm sorry, you want your baby here? Take your baby." Throws her off the fucking roof.
okay.
Oh, it was great.
That scene. Okay, at the end, they're on like a roof.
Yeah.
The homeless guy just went. This place has never been. She's never coming here. We're completely safe. She burst through the wall like a
15
Kool-Aid man.
Yes, I've been here. Oh!
She literally
And
burst
she
through the
rips
wall
his
like a
arm
Kool-Aid
off.
man.
It's
And
hilarious.
rips his arm off and beats him to death with the arm.
Beats him to death with his arm. And
And
then
then
Justin Long immediately runs, and she's like wounded because you forgot to mention he shot her in the hallway because she went back to save him. This is all about her being the better person and getting the shaft for it because she tries to save this guy in
Bill
every turn.
and Justin Long.
Yeah. And at every turn, Justin Long is trying to kill her. Like every time she tries to help him, he's in the middle of either shooting her or throwing her off the side just to kill the monster after him. I can live. There's a chance I can live, but you have to go. I'm sorry. And he throws her off. So great.
I just thought of something randomly. because in the beginning they're showing her whole day, and this is setting up her being a good person. And they're showing like she's going in an interview with a documentary filmmaker.
Yeah.
And it cuts to like outside the window, and you don't hear any audio of the interview. It's like the movie just going, that doesn't actually matter. You're just here going, this is her as a person.
Yeah.
You get a good vibe of her. So she goes and tries to save Skarsgård and gets fucked over. She goes and tries to save Justin Long nonstop and keeps getting fucked over.
Yeah.
But I love that he does this speech. It's those two and the homeless guy.
Yeah.
He does a long speech of like maybe I'm the piece of shit. Like,
yeah.
I really gotta like focus, like make my life better and be a better person. Immediately, the homeless guy's arms and Justin Long hooks it.
He's gone. Oh, fuck this!
Abandons the girl who he shot.
And he drops the gun like a bitch, running up the stairs to the water tower.
Yes,
and she's going, slow down. He goes, I can't. She's like, help me. She's trying to come up the stairs with her wound that he gave her. He goes, no, I can't. Fuck you. I'm up here. And we're trapped. There's only two of us, but she wants you. So if I give her you, I'll live. At least
he doesn't say
lives.
that.
Yeah.
He goes, you're already shot.
Yeah.
I can make it out of here.
Right. Yeah. So,
I can make it out of here.
Yeah.
But she wants you. And then you see,
here's your baby. Yeah.
Hard cut. Him launching her off the building.
So
Mama
funny.
going, oh!
Yeah.
So fucking funny. And then he comes down. He's like, thinks they're both dead. And he's like, oh, you're alive. Oh, thank God.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to do it. He's still trying to say sorry, but he had to almost kill her. And then, of course, the gun is in his hand because he picked it up, and the big mama creature wakes up and jams his eyeballs and rips open his face.
Great. Pulls his head apart.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And then she goes back.
This whole ending is perfect.
Yeah.
And then
you almost feel bad. You almost feel bad. And even she does. She feels bad because she knows she's putting this thing out of its misery and it needs to go.
The thing wants to die, too.
In a way.
No, because it's literally going like,
No,
like, yeah.
No, I think she doesn't want to die. She just doesn't know what the gun is. And she's like, because she keeps playing with her nose, and she's like, baby, that's her baby. She wants to take care of it. And then she knows better, so she's like, no, you got to go. Sorry. And she just blows her brain. Which, fuck, that thing, who knows if that would have even killed it, a bullet through the brain, but it worked. One shot did it, so good for her. She didn't wait, because I thought that was going to be the ending, because it kept going with the credits, because she gets up and starts walking. So I thought, oh, is this going to be like there's going to be a twist where there's another one running after her or something? And I'm like, I'm glad they didn't, because I wanted her to get away. I was like, oh God, don't.
They just show her walking.
Yeah, she's all fucked up, and she's trying to get the cops to help her. The cops want nothing to do with her. They think she's a junkie.
Oh yeah,
hey, don't touch the car, man. Don't touch the car. What are you doing? And what I liked about that scene, it wasn't your generic, easy go-to white cop being a bad cop. It was a black guy. So it was
a black lady.
It was a black. So it wasn't like it wasn't trying to make a political point. It was just, this guy is like, he's a cop. He works hard. Detroit's a bad city. He doesn't have time to deal with a crazy woman who's just like telling this wacky story. He's like, I don't believe you. You're a junkie. Go away. I deal with you guys all the time. She goes, I'm not a fucking junkie.
Yeah. You know, Kate Bosworth's in this movie.
Is she a voice?
Yeah, Melissa.
Is that the girl that he raped?
Maybe.
I think, because you hear her voicemail, but that's it.
That's why I assumed it was her.
Maybe Kate
he's drunk as shit and calls her, and when he's drunk, he admits to his friend, "Yeah, I essentially did."
Yeah. No, but she wanted it. It was cool. She wanted it, but she said no.
Her, yeah,
she said no, but yeah, they always say no. Yeah,
I talked her into it.
I talked to her. It was cool. And, oh my God.
Yeah, it's a good character development of, but in the bad way. Like slowly realizing, like, because at first you're like kind of feel bad for him because he's like,
right,
what the fuck? Like I didn't,
And everybody's dumping on him. I can't be your financial manager anymore. I can't be your agent. I can't be your lawyer. I can't be this. What the fuck? It's just like, oh, it's funny. But yeah, a Barbarian. I give it an 8. I enjoyed it.
I gave it an 8 as well.
I ate solid. It's a solid movie. Liked
know
it a lot.
Only has a 7.1 on IMDb. 70,000 reviews though. That's pretty good, but
Yeah, I think it'll get higher. I think it'll more people have to see it.
it's I really enjoyed this movie way more than I expected.
Yeah.
It's very unique, and
Yes.
I really hope Zach Kreger keeps going, rather just keeps
Yeah.
making movies like this and just
Yeah.
gets things done, because
Yeah.
people that have a vision like this, a unique vision, because Jordan Peele doesn't really mix the comedy in with his movies at all. He just says straight up horror movies.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
mixing this little amount of horror or comedy in with your horror is unique.
Yeah.
It's like a John Landis.
Yeah, a little bit. It's like a modern day John Landis. Yeah.
Yeah. Where it's mainly a horror movie, but it is fucking funny. Like American Werewolf in London is funny, but it's mostly a horror movie.
Yeah.
And this is a good mix.
Yep. It really is.
Underrated.
It was a good ride, and I it's one of the better movies of the year for sure, for me anyway. Yeah.
Oh shit, we're at 46 minutes.
But that's it. All right. Well, good night, everybody.
Fuck you, everybody. Good night.